Buongiorno! We just finished this week's episode, Jojo Bizarre Adventure, Golden Win.
Now, normally we're the type to read the manga first, but this time around we wanted that golden experience.
Subscribe and tune in every week for our reactions.
This week it was episode 25, Spicy Lady.
Spice Girl!
About time.
Yes.
About time.
Watch you guys.
Oh
Can
my
I say,
God.
I've been rooting for this stand for a while because, you know, I'm excited. It's a female stand, you know, we're gonna get some good stuff.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting a stand with a personality.
Can we? I
yeah.
love her design. I love her sassiness. Like, we've already seen literally within the first few seconds of the episode, Trish has her weird, like, angle
Oh
thing.
my
Yeah,
God,
they
yes.
drew some hands in this episode.
Oh
some
my
hands
God.
and some toes.
Oh my God.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we
to
go.
toes.
There we go. Definitely some grabs
Yeah,
here.
only some.
Yeah.
some, just
Oh
a little.
yeah. It was here or there. Well, Notorious BIG was grabbing all that he could. Or it can. I guess it is an it
Yeah,
stand.
don't gender that stand.
No.
It's a very grabsy stand, I will
Well,
say.
as we know now, it is a kraken. Like we have just
Yes.
Somewhere in the sea.
Obviously.
screaming
Yeah.
and has teeth.
It is notoriously big.
Yes.
That is
Yes,
very
yes,
true,
yes,
which
yes.
we now fully understand the name.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm glad that last shot really cued it in. But yeah, this episode was 100% Trish. I mean, some things happen at the end that have some implications we'll talk about, but we were just really honing in. I mean, when when Spice Girl was hiding and then
Oh my
emerged.
God.
She was not 100% sass, like for
Yeah.
sure. She was dynamic.
Exactly. So her this was her coming into this sort of like
Coming into
thing.
play.
And
Absolutely,
then I loved the whole like her making a decision and she being like, wait a minute, this is crazy. People don't actually do this. And then like we're all like, oh no, buckle up.
Oh, yeah.
You're a stand user,
Yeah.
Trish. This is every day. Like what? Why am I making this gamble?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and I think it's really important that we brought her from her stand telling her what to do, her being like, I don't know, to at the end, she makes a complete power play against the experienced stand users and pulls it out and gets the piano music.
Oh,
And
she's
she earns her, like,
incredible.
place.
You know, she takes a very short period of time to like fully grow into her stand, and like if you were like, oh wow, I've got superpowers, and I just immediately figured out how to use it. Like what I loved is how coachable she was, because the stand was coaching her. She was like,
Yeah.
we can get through this.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Listen to me. And Trish, of course, doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Goes the complete opposite
No,
direction. But I think that's part of her personality. She
Yes.
needs to make the
True,
choice,
yeah.
and then eventually she figures it out.
Yeah.
This episode definitely gave you the full checklist of everything that you would run into if confronted with the psychic version of yourself.
Yeah.
and made all of the checks. There was no Araki made sure not to spare like any detail. He's like, no. She's going to have the full experience. She's going to have the full success
That
story.
golden experience.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is a gold experience. And going forward, I feel completely comfortable. And that shot at the end of them all in the turtle, as close
my
as
God.
humanly
Oh.
possible.
Just touching.
I was like, right. She's like, now I'm complete. Next episode, she could be in the middle of a fight and be
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
absolutely.
that next episode, right, where she uses her stand, if I understand.
Yeah.
We need a Naranchi
Yes.
episode, but with just Trish.
Absolutely.
And yeah, the dynamic is ripe for the picking there. Because now we get to really investigate sort of like the stand clashes.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
Yeah.
because she was the power stand with the creative abilities in this, you know, she had Bruno and Abakio to deal with. So she really had to make the decision there.
Also, a really cool stand power. The softening works
that's
way
really cool.
cooler than I thought it would when they said it out loud.
I love how
Absolutely.
powerful it was, like, when Big was kind of, like, coming towards her and it kind of, like, ran into the chair, but then just got splattered across the
Exactly,
wall.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is kind of, like, we even said she's going to be kind of, like, a physical stand, like,
Yeah.
literally physical. Like, she
She's
can make
punching.
things
Yeah.
soft.
Well, and then she's in that
Absolutely.
punches something and that affects it in the same way that like Giorno and Bruno are. So like
Yeah.
similar design. So she's in that weight class.
She's
Yeah.
in the muscle. She's in the muscle category. Her just like getting through that chair though, it made me feel one of my most favorite characters and abilities is Luffy from One Piece, just
Oh,
because Rubber is
Oh,
so
yeah.
versatile.
Absolutely.
But it's one of those concepts and idea that when you hit it, you're like, ah, yes, a character interacting with a property, stretchiness, elasticity, and giving Trish this ability means I mean, she could run straight through a crowd, like, and just like literally smooth through people.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
she
true.
can bounce through things. She can apparently make things hard as Diamond again or something.
Harder than Diamond enough to break, even though Diamond is, as we know, unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
I had a whole season on that. Okay, so I'm gonna fight her right there.
Yeah.
Wrapping up Notorious Big, kind of lame. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
okay, he's not lame. He's cool. I think you guys in the comments had like really hyped him up a lot, and I think he just suffered from not having a stand user.
Yeah.
Really cool stand, but like I'm always there for that balance of like a stand user and a stand working like in some kind of concert.
Yeah,
Definitely a way better
beginning.
stand than a lot of other stand users stands. But without a stand user, it was just kind of like, I
There's
want
this
like,
thing here. Like,
I
what
want
is
that,
it doing?
that verbose property.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The emotive quality and the power of Notorious B.I.G. the stand user walking on.
Yeah.
When he came on, gave that smirk, for me, I was like, that's beautiful, and that says a lot. And in digestion later, it's like, oh yeah, remember that motherfucker just came to
I wish he
die?
would've stayed,
Just
man.
walked onto the tarmac.
Yeah, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it just that he's one note, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
No, I just would have liked some of him in. Again, there's no way to have really written it in, but like, just
I
missed.
agree with
I
you.
missed a stand user in this episode.
Yeah, it's
Right,
nice because we have like the interactions, especially because like it's trying to find the stand user, trying to get rid of the stand
Yes.
user, so you have
There's
more
more-
of an interaction. So instead of it just being everybody and their stands against one random stand,
Right.
though it is obviously invincible and the most powerful stand that we've seen
Yeah.
thus far, it just makes it a little bit more, I don't know, I guess lackluster.
Yeah, like I wish like. So sound design has been great in this series. I wish they had just given it like a unique sound, like it was just kind of like it would do a like anything to just like that's funny and
That's
that's
big.
bizarre and that
Yeah.
makes it like stand out as its
some
own.
weight. I mean, that would have been fun.
Yeah, because it being a sea monster was like a really funny twist.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I didn't have like again I feel like a sound effect would have really just connected the two
Yeah.
for me. Like that's Notorious Big.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel enough animosity towards it. Like it didn't have enough hateability,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that when I found out, oh, so it suffers for eternity. When Josuke punches that guy into a book, like I was laughing and happy that he got to be stuck as a book for all of
Yeah.
eternity.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's funny and that's a punishment. And like, yeah, bitch, you're a book. When I find out that he has to suffer with the waves and the current, I'm like, oh, okay.
Cool.
He's
Like,
not suffering, he gets to consume the ocean.
Yeah.
I think we kind of had the same reaction where it's like where Spice Girl kind of just wrecked him in the closet, and then Bruno's just like, Trish, come here. We literally like, is he still alive? Like we were kind of
Yeah.
annoyed. We were done with it. It was like,
Also,
We saw the dust.
Also, that
he
wrecking,
should have been dead.
that wrecking was interesting. I think the main excuse of this episode was to draw a lot of Trish and.
Well, yeah, and well, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so like if we hadn't killed him in the closet, we would not have gotten that iconic part where Trish and Spice Girl and then Sploosh.
Yeah,
like,
Sploosh.
Yeah.
So
we needed that. Okay.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, that was part of the checklist of establishing Spice Girl as a cool stand, as an ability, and again, design the horn things.
I love her
Like,
my
design.
I thought
God.
she was. At first, I thought she just had sort of like a mannequin head, but like the whole horn things, the multiplication and division concept. I love the classic red herring Araki design, right? Where it's like, wait a minute, what? It's like, oh, okay, elasticity.
It's interestingly not very similar to King Crimson in design too. Like, it
Yeah,
really, I thought it
very
was
different.
going to be, but it's not really.
I mean,
that
it's
close.
got these eyes and it has a. And as long as can we talk about King Crimson
Oh,
again?
speaking of the ending, oh
God.
my god.
We got through, and that boy is so mad. He's such a. There were multiple scenes where they just lingered on him, just like.
The double face, the double
It's
face.
just so
Yeah.
silly.
I love him. I love him.
But one thing I
so
noticed in the picture when he said when they find out who took the picture, that is the same fella in the opening. So
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
with the end card, maybe we'll get to.
purple hair boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a little info with the next episode.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe for next week's episode, and we will catch you next time.
眠れない